Kelsey and I are doing our next video where our significant others,
that's me,
pick our next book reads. And I talk about him a lot, even though he doesn't watch it. But
I was told at the beginning not to watch him because literally 5 minutes into the first video, I was saying, hey, do you guys want notes? Because I have notes written down.
Anyway, this is McCartney, or Cart, you know, this is him.
That's me. See, she's already doing it. See, she's already acting weird. You put me in one video and she's already acting weird. It's inevitable. All right, go ahead. That's I know you're talking to people on the other end, but it's literally just you and me in this room.
So I'm gonna have you pick one book from my physical TBR that I have here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go to the store and you're gonna buy a book.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna buy a book. You're gonna pick a book for me to buy. Okay, so what are your thoughts? Like, what do you think? What's your game plan?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. She talks to me about all these different books. Sometimes I pay attention. Sometimes I'm actually very good with paying attention, but it's, you know, the little small things. She talks about, you know, certain people's names and stuff, and, you know, I kind of try and figure it out of what book she's talking about, because she sometimes reads like 5 books at a time. So even she doesn't know which book she's going to read next or which she's in the middle of. So how am I supposed to know? So I don't know what my game plan is. Just go in, look at the pretty covers, and see which, you know, speaks to me and pops out in front of me. We go to Target and look at them all the time. So I'm pretty comfortable with the book section at Target. So we'll just go in and browse and figure it out. And maybe I'll pick a good one. Maybe I'll pick a thriller. Who knows? Maybe I'll pick a kid's book. I don't know.
Okay.
You said you didn't specify. You guys didn't specify if it had to be a adult book or it could be whatever book, as long as there's words and pictures on it.
Okay.
Or words.
Words or pictures on it. You're gonna pick a book for me.
Really? It's not like this is the second time, because someone forgot to hit the record button.
Yeah, fair game.
So in my first video that I made, I explained that I'm going to try and stay away from a thriller because I kind of picked one. But then we saw a pillow at the store about an eyeball. So I picked this one up. So I picked this one up already because we already recorded. I already did all this, but she forgot to hit the record button. So this was one. I've already walked on that side, but I didn't find anything. So we're going to stick to right here.
There's a couple on the other side.
And I might just stick with this book because, you know, I don't want to keep having to do this over and over.
Wow. I do want to read that book. A lot of these are YA.
Or what?
YA.
YA. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these I know you've read. These are all like what you call it, movie stuff. Alright, I'm gonna go with this book because the first thing it says on here is this is the tale of a murder. And if Kinsey tells me that she has not recorded this again, then it might be a tale of 2 tales of me murdering Kinsey. Alright, this is the book I'm going with.
Great. Thank you. Alright, McCartney. You're gonna pick one of these books for me to read.
Okay.
For this next video.
For the next video.
You got some fantasies over here.
Okay.
And we got some romance over there.
Alright.
And a thriller and a memoir.
Thriller and memoir. Okay. Well, I won't be rude and mean. And since I'm leaving, I will not pick a thriller. So, what? Which one's thriller? Is this one? Is it just this one?
Yep.
So that one, because we already have a perfect marriage, it will not be that one. This one, no. This one's really cool. We've talked about that one.
Mm-hmm.
This one I like because we like this as a tattoo.
Yep.
So that will be in the maybe.
Okay.
Let's see. So that one's like a fantasy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. This one I liked
Okay.
the cover of because I went to maybe Italy, maybe. So
Okay.
maybe it'll get you think about it.
Yeah. I don't even know what that one's about.
It's okay. You might figure it out. You might find out.
So you got 2 soccer romances over there. Yep, Rock Bottom Girl.
That one.
Yep. And then you got The Longest Game.
Okay. I do like soccer. So let's see. Okay. It was a little thick. I don't know if you know. But I don't want to give you too much to read. Oh, well, since this one talks about North Carolina,
I didn't know that.
then we'll put that. So those
Okay.
will be my top 3.
So these are your top 3. Okay, let's look.
So a fantasy,
Yep.
a we don't know,
I don't know what I thought it was a romance,
and a
but
soccer
I don't think it is.
in a soccer book.
It would be on the inside cover. See, I've already started it. Oh my god, my friend's link is in there. That's
Well, the
something.
first thing it says is when Katie's mother dies.
So, yeah, I knew there was like something about her mom, but like I couldn't remember.
I don't know.
I think I read the first
Next
chapter.
is love story.
Oh, so it is. Okay. What chapter did I get to?
You got through 8 pages. This is chapter 1. You need to finish chapter 1.
Okay.
They're like 3 pages short.
Oh, okay.
So that's a no, since you already tried, so clearly you don't find that interesting.
Maybe I wasn't in the right mood for it.
I'll go with this one since it's based around North Carolina. And it says something about a middle of nowhere in North Carolina, so that could be like somewhere we know, maybe. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's based off of it, not actually naming it, but.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll go with this one. The long game.
It's a long game.
We'll go with that one. That's my pick.
All right. Cool.
No help. No help at all.
Stop.
Absolute giga fucking book, dude. How many pages is this? Oh, it goes right up to the end. That's beautiful. Over 1,400 pages. I'm gonna put this one back, but I'm gonna come back to it if I can't find anything.
All right, Brady.
Yeah.
Welcome to the loft.
Yeah.
Sorry for the neck pain.
It's alright.
Now you have to pick a book from my library.
Okay.
But let me give you the rundown. Over here is general fiction, historical fiction, lit fic. Here we have sci-fi fantasy. Here we have romance.
Okay.
Down there is YA,
That's YA.
young adult.
Okay.
And then here we have thriller, mystery, horror, and then YA, thriller, mystery. And then there are some classics.
Are these sorted in any way, like the ones you've read and what you haven't read?
No, they're just alphabetized, so I'll let you know if I've read it or not.
Okay. Well, I don't even know where to start. I kind of just want to pick a book that's the middle of a series. Just.
I don't think I have
that
any.
That would be fun.
I don't know if there's any that's in the middle of the series that I haven't read.
What about Touch of Darkness? Have you read that?
No.
That's what you're reading. I like the title. Touch of Darkness.
Do you want to know what it's about?
No.
It's a Hades and Persephone retelling.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, do it.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
Ken's is going to be very happy with this pick.
Hey, how's it going? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hello, viewers of Kelsey and Ken's. I am Brady, Kelsey's boyfriend, and I am so excited to bring you here into my personal space today to pick out a book for Kelsey to read. You know, we just got back from the bookstore. I was trying to find something just extremely bad, but I think we settled on something that's gonna be pretty decent. This next pick, not quite so sure. We're gonna go down here. If we look to kind of the entertainment stand here, I'm not a big reader myself, not a big book guy, can't read very well, not good with words, but I do have a book in mind. We're gonna go down here to this book, Carry On Comfort. This book is cited to be one of the greatest works in horror from none other than the legend himself, Stephen King. And any book that has an accolade like that from a man like that, you know it has to be just wild. I haven't read it myself, and I'd love for Kelsey to read it and kind of give me her thoughts. So there we go. Carry On Comfort. Let's get to reading.
All right, friends. We're back to talk about the two books that Cart picked out for me. I finished the one book a while ago, and I just finished the other one last week. Yeah, so the two books were The Long Game and The Fury. So I'm going to start with The Long Game. The Long Game is a grumpy small town romance. She is considered like Ice Witch. He's kind of standoffish, doesn't want people in his business type person. Small town North Carolina. He is a retired soccer goalie. She works in the soccer industry in Miami. So yeah, she gets in some trouble and is sent to North Carolina to do some like PR image correcting, right? Adorable. They kind of compete with each other, and I am all for that. I am all for a grumpy guy. But this was fun because you kind of start to see him changing and understanding why she's kind of a grump, and then seeing how he helps her. Adorable. Loved it. I wouldn't say this is like spicy, probably like a 2 on the spice scale, but overall, I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 stars out of 5. I thought this was fun. I liked the tropes in it. I liked the youth soccer team in it. I liked the small town and their activities. I think this would be such a cute movie. It's almost Hallmark level movie. Like, maybe a little bit better than a Hallmark movie, but like Hallmark level movie. Like, this is cute. This is real cute. Good choice with this one, Cart. I liked it. We were gonna do this together, but he travels for work and he's not home, so yeah. Okay, now we're gonna talk about The Fury. One, I love this cover. So those who have watched this, or those who know me personally, know that I'm not a thriller person. I don't like them. I don't like thriller movies. I don't like horror movies. I'm not a fan. I don't like it in my books unless it's like a romantic suspense book. Give me those mafia books, okay? I'm I'm here for it. You want to talk about offing somebody? I'm down, okay? Give me a book where they're going to talk about somebody, like you renting an Airbnb and it being haunted, or the owner is a killer. Like, I'm good. Not going to happen, okay? So, this book, The Fury. This is a psychological thriller. I'm not even going to try and say his last name. I don't know how to pronounce it. But he is famous because of The Silent Patient. I did not read this book, that book. I made my mom read it because I wanted to know if I would like it, because everybody was talking about it. Kelsey's trying to get me to read the book. I might read the book because this one wasn't bad, on the scary level. Okay, so I gave this book a 3 stars, not because it's a thriller and I didn't give it a try. I actually listened to the book. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna listen to it, we're gonna give it a try. It was just told in a very interesting way. So you have a narrator, and he is one of the main characters, but he is telling you the story of what happens. So essentially you have, I don't even know if I would call them friends, but a famous person and her friends and family go to an island that she owns, and one of them ends up dead. And this whole time you're like, you know, he's telling you the story of what happens, but he is 100% like the most unreliable narrator. He will be, I feel like this would be me telling a story. The amount of tangents that this guy goes on. Like, he's telling you one thing and you get to a certain point and he's like, oh, but for you to understand this, you've got to know this story. And he goes back to this story. Now there were some like twists in it that I would say I don't necessarily think I saw coming, because I think I was so confused by the timeline of this book. I just couldn't keep it straight. Like, it was like, oh, you get you to one point and you think you were, you know, you're like, oh, like, okay, we're following the story, we know where this is going, right? And then you'd be like, oh, but you need to know this information, and it changed everything you just learned, which I understand. That's the point, okay? That's the point. But I was so like, I couldn't keep up. Like, honestly, I was like, I don't know. At one point, I kind of guessed, I think, who did it. But overall, like, I thought this book was pretty good. Like, a 3 is not bad. Like, a 3 stars is not bad. I would read his others. So, who knows? You might see me reading The Silent Patient. So, that's my thoughts on these books. Overall, Cart did a pretty good job. A 4 and a 3, that's not bad. And he specifically picked a book that was not in my comfort zone just because he saw a freaking pillow that had the eye on it. The evil eye. But
Welcome back.
Hello.
You picked 3 books. You
I
picked
did.
3 books.
I picked.
Yes. How many do you think I read of them?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Oh. 2.
you would be correct. I only read 2.
Failure.
Yeah, only read 2, and those 2 are, the first one being Shutter Island. I have seen the movie, and so it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. It did drag a bit though.
Okay.
If I didn't know the ending, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it. I think like the first chunk of it was kind of like boring. I did enjoy it though. I rated it 3 stars. It was easy seeing the movie, so I could understand what was going on. Yes, so not bad. Not the best. I enjoyed my time. Average read.
Cool.
The next one you picked was A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I ate this up. I loved this book. It was so good. It's a Hades and Persephone retelling, set in more of a modern world. I'm trying to remember. I think I rated it either 4 or 4.5. I think 4 stars. It was really good. I already bought the next book in the series. Definitely enjoyed it. The book that I did not read is Carry On Comfort by Dan Simmons. I had every intention. I did start it. I got like 2 pages in, and then I realized
Not starting it.
I read a couple of pages, and then I realized I'm not in the mood.
You read 2 pages.
I read 2 pages, and then I realized
That's not a couple of pages.
I would just realize like I wasn't in the mood for a thriller. I wanted to read like a.
You did read like 3 other books.
I did because
Explain it.
I had watched.
Try to justify this.
I had watched.
Justify your failure.
I had watched Maxton Hall on Amazon Prime.
It's not a real show.
It is a real show. It's the German show that I was watching until 6 a.m. the next morning.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
No, it was dubbed in English. Anyway, I ate it up and I needed that like fill in a book, and this was not gonna cut it for me. So I couldn't read it. I needed to read like I needed to read like cheesy romance. I don't remember what I read, but I read romance instead.
Exactly. You read books that you can't even remember. I guarantee you.
Oh, I read Funny Story by Emily Henry. Amazing book, but that's not what this is about. This is about how I didn't read this book,
Failure.
but I read the other 2, so that's like 2 out of 3. What is that? 70%? I got a 70. I passed.
Well, it's actually like a 66.
Point.
0.6 repeating. 0.3 repeating. Something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's a D.
So I got a D, but I passed. But
So what's,
I don't know.
the other like 34% that you just didn't want to know?
This book. I'll read it. I'll read it eventually. I will read it this year.
Sure.
I will. I am gonna make it a goal.
It's your goal.
My goal is to read this book.
The one book that I actually wanted you to read.
You picked 2 other books.
I did, but I wanted you to read that one.
Okay, I'll read it. Maybe I'll read it this weekend. Well, thank you for joining us and watching our video. I hope you enjoyed it. He kind of sort of average enjoyed it.
I mean, it's been 2.5 weeks maybe since the start of this, so I kind of forgot about it.
Nice.
But yeah,
Really good.
overall, I would say I enjoyed the experience.
Cool.
If you read the book that I wanted you to read, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah, well, stay tuned for our next video.
On the Kels and Ken's Reads podcast YouTube show.